Hi, welcome to All That and Then Some with Dewana. I am Dewana. This is your first time here. How you doing? What I like to do here is I like to tell stories from my past or my present that made me the woman I am today, and is going to make me the woman that God has always intended me to be, day by day, month by month, year by year. And I do that by using the word of the day. So today is December 18th. Before I get into all that, are you subscribed? You know what? I still got to push it. I still got to push it. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification so you'll be alerted to, new stories, new stuff like that. So today is now December 18th. If you have been watching, you all know that my youngest son, Jabri Williams, passed away September 18th of this year, 2 days after his birthday. And so the word of the day today I picked, because I wanted today to be not about, I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to be, I'm tired of being depressed. I'm tired of being in the depressed, sad stage of grief. I'm slowly but surely coming out of that. And I wanted to talk about something that, I always wanted as a kid, but I never got. But, Jabri had a lot of them. So the word of the day is sobriquet. Sobriquet. Lord, I hope I'm saying that right. All right, so I forgot I got two phones now. So let's see.
Sobriquet.
Sobriquet, which means a person's nickname. And if you knew Jabri, you knew this boy had, like, every time I turn around, somebody else was calling him something else, or he was calling himself something else. So in the midst of me talking today, I'm going to talk about my baby's nicknames. And, what did I call him? Jabri. Bree is the most that he got from me. But I've always wanted a sobriquet. I've never was given one as a child. My name is Dewana. By the time I got to high school, people said, "Do you wanna?" But that's not a nickname. My mom had D, Aunt D. So when I had my kids, I always said in the back of my mind, "Oh, I'm gonna make up nicknames for my kids." Never really did. My oldest son's name is Najmir. I call him Naj because I don't like saying his whole name. My first son, he's 29. I don't think I've ever mentioned all my kids' names, so I'm going to do it today. Dayron, he's 27. His nickname right now is Ron Stacks. My daughter, Najee, she is 26. Yeah. And people call her Nye. I call her Najee. I mean, there's two syllables, Nye and J. I don't know why there's a nickname for that, but Jabri. Jabri has so many nicknames. Like, the first one that I remember was when he started playing basketball. He started playing basketball like when he was 5, 6 years old. And probably by the time he was 7, 8, he was good, And they called him J. Will. He called himself J. Will. J. Will was his name, Let me. You can see his face, because didn't they do such a good job on this? Family first. And you know what? I need to do some thank yous. I want to say thank you to, this is going to be everywhere today. I'm just letting y'all know, bear with me. But I wanted to get this out today because it's the holiday season. I mean, Thanksgiving went by, but Christmas, I'm sure, is going to be harder. Thanksgiving, I wasn't good during Thanksgiving. Y'all saw my last, all that and then some with Dewana video. If you didn't, I'm going to link it down below. You're going to see the difference between who I am today and who I was just a few weeks ago talking about my baby. So I wanted to do this because, especially after seeing Twitch kill himself, and that broke my heart because I'm telling you, I've been depressed. I've been in those states where I done had problems. My arm's been hurting. My neck's been hurt. I've been having headaches. So I'm like, are these all like stroke related symptoms? Am I having a stroke? Am I under so much grief that I'm having a stroke? You know, but because the God in me will not allow me to take my life, period. You know, but people struggle during this time. People really struggle. And first off, I want to make sure to let everybody know I'm all right. You know, God got me. But I want to be here for those people who may not be all right. And let them know that, guess what? It's understandable. It's understandable. And I want to put this out there. And I want to bring joy and laughter and good memories onto my baby's name. You know, not just, you know, crying and being upset that he's not here. This is his first Christmas not here. This is to be the Christmas that, now here I go. This will be the Christmas where JJ's old enough where he might not know it's Christmas, but he can open up the presents. You know, he didn't get that. You know, JJ's first Christmas, Jabri was only 3 months. JJ's first Christmas, he was only 3 months. He was only 3 months old. Gosh, you know what? 3 months. 3. It means something to me today. But I want to thank everybody who did reach out. You know, I didn't have a phone till November 22nd. So I tried to reach back to everybody who, you know, I really wanted to, just to be honest. But I do want to thank everybody for reaching out, for the donations, for Family First Funeral Services. They did an amazing job on the funeral service. I mean, we had to do that thing through email. So, hello. And it was just phenomenal. They gifted me this. I forgot what they call it, tapestry. And it has the picture of him here. And then it also, I might as well show it off. Shoot, this is my video. For those who weren't. So it has, oh Lord. So it has his picture there. Where is it at? So it has his picture here with his name. And then it has like the 2 other pictures that I love. I guess I could have stood up. Yeah, I'm lazy. It has this picture. And then it has, now I do got to stand up. Then it has this. Right, that was a hullabaloo. Yeah, but they gifted me this, and they did such a beautiful job. So I want to give a shout out to Family First Funeral Service. And just everybody who, you know, took the time to text and call and all that good stuff. I really appreciate it. But yeah, so the first sobriquet my baby had that I remember is J Will. Then it went to J Willie. Then it went to Bree B is what I used to call him if I didn't say Jabri. He had so many. J Will, J Willie, Breezy. What he started calling himself the last couple years, Chinks Breezy. You know, he had the chinky eyes. You see him. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. I love this thing. He had so many different nicknames throughout his 25 years of life. And then when his son was born and we knew his son was going to be, we knew he was having a boy, he was going to name him Jabri Jr. And he wanted the nickname JJ. And for the longest, I did not want that nickname. I was like, that's just the corniest nickname, you know. I wanted a better nickname than that. But guess what? It's perfect. I wanted like JD or really he gonna be the one that we gonna call Ja or something. Honey, I had all kind of thoughts in my head. But guess what? He's our JJ. And I'm telling you truthfully, Jabri had a whole lot more, and I had a whole lot more to do with this, but I done forgot what I was going to talk about as far as his nicknames, like his sobriquets. My baby had a lot of sobriquets. And I think that's because he had so many different groups of people, you know, that he just was he was just the life of the party. You know, he was just the life of the party. And so many memories, like that Facebook will have you in a chokehold. Now, before this, I remember when my cousin Ian died, I used to be on my Facebook memories hard because I would be looking like, okay, when did I talk about Ian? I don't do that as much. But when I do come across one, like last night I came across one when my baby, when he was in 9th grade, he was put on the freshman basketball team. And he was just out there, he was out there balling. You hear me? Balling! I think they used to actually say that. I think that song was out then. And they used to actually be like, just actually do that. Balling! You know, whenever because he used to like shoot, he would shoot like this, like, and then when he shot like that, I swear I would be like, oh yeah, that one's going in. That one's going in. But the freshman games used to be packed out coming there to watch Jabri. And I just had a Facebook story reminder coming up that my son scored 23 points in a game where they won 46 to 20 something. He scored half the points, you know. And I was just like, if he was given a chance, you know, there were things that I did wrong as a mother. But there were some things, and this ain't placing blame, because I'm not placing blame on nobody. But there were certain pivotal points in my son's life that if certain people, places, and things made different decisions, it could have been a different outcome. And that's including me. You know what I'm saying? Lord knows. Lord knows. I just figured out from Facebook memories when my son was first diagnosed with diabetes. It was on December 7th. I didn't know that. 13 years ago. I thought he got it when he was 10. No, he got it when he was 12. That's how drunk and drugged out my mentality was back then. I mean, all the way up until a couple weeks ago, I didn't even take I never thought about, I just knew, you know, where the surrounding years, you know. But I was such in a stupor, like, but God don't want us to sit in that. He don't want me definitely not to sit in that. And that's why I'm putting this, and this thing ain't even gonna make no sense, for real, for real. I done just sat on here and pretty much said nothing. I done pretty much sat on here and pretty much said nothing. But I really want to get this out because God really wants us to understand that even in tragedy, and I know I keep saying this, but it's what he keeps putting on my heart. Even in tragedy, we got to find the joy in the thing. Just like with this situation with Twitch. Even in this tragedy, look how much he's left behind for us to hold on to and for us to look back at and for us to say, God, oh, I remember learning this dance that he did. That's the same thing God wants us to do when it comes to the loss of our loved ones. He wants us to remember the good. Don't forget about the bad, but remember the good. Don't just think of, because I woke up at 12 o'clock. I was up at 12, planning on doing this video at 12. But at 12, I got stuck in the time. I got stuck in the memory of 3 months ago on September 8th, on the 18th. What was I doing? Because guess what? 3 months ago at this time, I was pouring into people just like God is pouring into me right now. Ooh, I feel you, Lord. And I told myself I was not going to cry. All right. If I cry, he said, just cry. But that's what he wants us to remember, to find the joy in the tragedy. And early this morning, I was remembering that phone call. That phone call would be so significant in my life for the rest of my life. But at this time, on the 18th of September, I was picking the phone up and I was calling people and I was letting them know about my son's passing. And I was letting them, I was bringing to their mind and to their spirit all that he gave us, all the good, all the laughter, all the jokes, all the fun, all the singing, all the dancing. I made sure, or God made sure, because it wasn't me. Lord knows it wasn't. God made sure I showed the joy, or I talked about the joy of Jabri. But with God, he was free. Because with God, he's free. But God knows that we have to cry, we got to yell, we got to scream, we got to do all of that. But he, even in the midst of all that, he wants you to never forget the joy in it. The joy in that person's life. The joy he brought or she brought to other people. And my baby did that. My baby did that. I'm going to leave with this. I know some years ago, I think he was like 20, 21 for Mother's Day. Jabri came to my house and he brought me some balloons. He bought a card. I think he bought me something else. But he had made me this card, a Mother's Day card, right? Made it himself and he gave it to me. And I remember opening it and I was like, oh, this is cute. You know, didn't think nothing big of it. I'm like, okay, you're 21. Why are you making me cards? But he was so hype about this card he made me. He was so excited about the hearts. Like, he was like, look how perfect those hearts are, Mom. They're perfect because you're just so perfect for me. And then I looked, the way he looked at those hearts and the way he was so excited about how this card was, it was my favorite thing he had ever given me. Why am I telling this story? I don't know. So fast forward, that was probably 2019. Fast forward 2022. Jabri was living here. He was getting on my nerves. You know, we were not getting along. I said this over and over again. When he passed, we were not talking. We were not speaking to each other. He was mad at me and I was mad at him, you know. But he had pissed me off about something. And I remember going through my closets and I was looking for stuff and I was throwing away stuff and all that kind of stuff. And I came across that card. Now, I had brought that card from 2019 all the way to this place. I didn't move here to 2021. But I just loved that card so much because Jabri loved the fact that he gave me that card. He loved that card. He loved the fact that he made that card just for me, for Mother's Day. And I remember looking at that card, and I was so mad at Jabri on this day. I put it in the trash and I took it out. And I put it in the trash and I took it out. And I'm like, why have I been keeping this for the past 3 years? I don't even know why I'm keeping it. You know, he's getting on my nerves now and you know. And to be all the way honest, I don't know if I threw it away or if I kept it. If I kept it, it's still in my closet in this one box. But I don't want to know yet. I don't want to know yet. But that memory, I will never forget. Even if I go in that closet today, pull out that box and see if it's in there or not, and it's not in there, I still got that memory. And that's what he wants us to remember. The memories. They ain't lost. They ain't lost. So, Jabri, a.k.a. all his sobriquets, Bree, J Will, J Willie, Breezy. I think he was called like Wheezy, Breezy, J Breezy, Chinks Breezy. But he just always be Jabri to me. That's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys have a good holiday. I don't know. I think I might not come back. I have a Ashley Stewart dropping on Tuesday. Plus size haul. Shop My Closet coming up. But I don't know if I'm going to do anything again. Oh, wait. I have a Shein haul I need to do. I'll drop that before the new year. But if I don't see you before next week, have a happy holiday. Remember what the reason really is about. Celebrating Christ and him being born. All right. But until then, remember you're all that and then some because God made you that way. All right. Bye.